If I say unilateral, it means one in. So bilateral, including earwax. We're starting off with the patient's right ear, and the wax here is quite dry. There's a lot of skin, a lot of dead keratin here, and we're at the entrance, and we know we're at the entrance because of all the hair strands. So it's the outer third of the ear canal, the cartilaginous portion of the ear canal that bears all the hair follicles. The outer third of the ear canal, the cartilaginous portion, also bears two glands that compose of earwax, and they are the ceremunous glands. If we have them, and I'll come back to that in a moment. Ceremunous glands are glands that produce a noise, sweaty substance. They are exclusively found in the ear, in the armpits, and your genitalia region if you do have them. And also the outer third, the cartilaginous portion of the ear canal, also bears the sebaceous glands. The sebaceous glands are found all across all the hair follicles across the body, so including the scalp, and they produce a substance called sebum, which is composed of alcohols, long chains of saturated and unsaturated fatty acids, cholesterol, squalene. And sebum is a very oily, viscous, sticky, lipid, waxy substance. So just say we just remove the wax there, you can see the eardrum there in the distance. This patient's ear canal is, everyone's ears are open shaped, so the height being greater than the width, but this patient's ear canal is a bit more slit, a bit more narrow, a bit more oblique. The ratio between the height and width being greater, so it gives you this more elongated view. Just some dedicated on the base. It's not really significant. It's not going to, if I do remove that, it's not going to improve the patient's symptoms, but it was loose, so let me just use a fine end tip so you can improve that. So in general, I would say the patient's earwax is quite dry in overall, which would suggest that they don't have the ceremunous glands. So there are two distinct types of earwax, wet and dry. If you have wet earwax, it means that you've got the ceremunous glands. If you've got dry earwax, it means that you don't have the ceremunous glands. So if you look at the patients, and you'll see in a moment, I'm just going to switch to the left ear. This is just a final examination of the patient's right ear. So this is the patient's left ear. You can see the wax is a bit more glutinous. So it would imply that it's a bit more wet. It looks a bit more wet, but it's a false wetness. This is not the natural consistency of the patient's earwax. The patient advised me that their left ear was the worst one, and they've been putting drops in his ear at night when they're in bed, lying down. And I believe it to be because the patient had been using drops in his left ear, that's the reason why the earwax looks wet. If the patient had the ceremunous glands, you would expect the earwax in the right ear to be automatically wet. It wasn't, that was dry. So the difference between the wet and dry earwax is a single genetic mutation on a single gene. The gene is the ABCC11 gene. If you have wet earwax, it means that you have at least one dominant guanine allele present. And if you have dry earwax, it means that you have two homozygotes that are identical adenine alleles, and they're both recessive. So you've inherited a recessive adenine allele from both your mum and dad and father, and that gives you dry earwax. So guanine and adenine are two of the four nucleobases that compose our genes. So there's four in total: adenine, guanine, thymine. I think the last one's pronounced thymine. So the sequence of these four amino acids then develop different types of proteins, and there's only four nucleobases, and it's the genetic code which sequence these are all arranged in that then are the building, the kind of the instruction work for the arrangement of amino acids, which obviously amino acids, when they're all built together, make protein. So you can imagine the number of different variations you can have just with four nucleobases. So just to recap, if you've got dominant guanine allele on the ABCZ11 gene, it means that you have wet earwax, and if you have two homozygous adenine alleles, recessive alleles, that means you've got dry earwax. Another interesting fact, guys, if you've got wet earwax, so the ceremunous glands, is the reason why you have wet earwax, it secretes oily sweat. That sweat also contains a chemical, and when bacteria feed on that chemical, it releases a really foul odour. So if you have armpit odour, that means you have got ceremunous glands, and that also means you've got wet earwax, guys. So if you've got body odour and you use deodorant or antiperspirant, wet earwax, so that genetic mutation for wet earwax is more prevalent in Caucasian people and African people. Dry earwax is more common in Far East, North America. So it's just a genetic difference between the two. So this patient has been using the drops and said that is why the patient's earwax is wet. It's not, I don't believe it's a natural wet earwax. If it was, she would have had it in the right ear as well, but it wasn't on that side, and she didn't use drops on that side. She didn't have it on this side, she put drops in. Unfortunately, the patient will also use a cotton bud and really impacted this wax in the recesses. So about a half a centimetre away from the ear canal, the ear canal narrows and protrudes outwards. It's called the isthmus. That creates a trench, creates recesses, little caves. She had one inferiorly at the bottom of the ear canal and one anteriorly to the left-hand side as we're viewing now. And the patient had managed to get the wax lodged. I wanted to put some more drops in today just to loosen this, to bind the soft wax again. The patient had a really bad neck, and I use an ENT chair as opposed to a couch. So the patient wasn't able, because she's got a bad neck, she wasn't able to tilt her head completely over. And because the wax is very medial against the eardrum, there's no point in me putting the drops in unless we can get the drops to penetrate very deep in the ear. So I just persisted. At this stage, the patient's symptoms have been alleviated. There's a bit of wax just there on the back part of the ear. It's non-significant, it's just staining. I was going to approach it after I just removed this dead skin, but then the patient developed what we call the caloric effect. So sometimes when you vacuum the ear very, very close to the eardrum in particular, it reduces the ear temperature, which then inhibits the balance organ in this ear. So we have a balance organ in each ear, and when we inhibit the balance organ in one ear compared to the other ear, your brain